Hi, welcome back to Layden's Olive. Today's a big day. First big harvest of the year. We're going to be harvesting our garlic today. I planted about 375 cloves of garlic last year. I planted them, I did a little bit of an experiment, which I'm going to find out today how it actually turned out. I planted small garlic cloves on one end of my garden, and on the other side of my garden I planted the larger garlic cloves. I just want to see, I know there's a lot out there that says like the small cloves create small garlic and the larger cloves create large garlic. I'm kind of hoping they're right. Well, we're going to find out today for sure, because I watered and fed all my garlic the exact same, the small cloves along with the big cloves. And I'm going to show you guys how to tell when your garlic is ready to harvest. There's a couple different ways. I always wait for both of them to happen on my garlic before I harvest them. One of the main reasons you have to harvest your garlic at a certain time is because if you leave it in the ground too long, the cloves start to separate and they don't store as well. I mean, they're still good, they just don't store as well. So yeah, let's take a walk down and we'll get into it and see how it's going. Okay. So yeah, this is the garlic. I'm going to show you guys. I'll zoom in a minute and show you exactly what you need to know. I'm just going to tell you right now that what it is. When your tips of your garlic turn brown, like this, I'll show you up close. See how that's brown? That's a sign that your garlic is ready to pick. And also, I'm going to try to zoom in a little bit for you guys. Okay, another way to tell when your garlic is ripe is at the bottom. There's usually like 2 or 3 leaves that are dry and completely brown. The reason you need those to be brown because the leaf itself, actually what it does is it actually goes down and covers your garlic itself, and that actually gives you that protectant layer around your garlic so that when you store them, the oxygen is kind of kept out. And the other way, like I said before, was with the tips turning brown. Now I'm going to show you all of my garlic beds so that you can actually see what I'm saying about the tips. See, most of the tips on my garlic bed are all gone brown now. So yeah, like I wanted to harvest my garlic about 3 days ago or 4 days ago, but it rained almost every day, or it rained really hard at night, and I didn't want to do my garlic when the ground was saturated. Now when harvesting your garlic, you don't want to just grab the stalk and pull it out, because you could damage the fibers in here, and you could actually pull the stem off your garlic, which you don't want to do. Because the reason you don't want to do that is because you don't want to damage the stem that's close to the garlic. Because when you're curing it, drying it out, getting it ready to store, you need to leave about 2 to 3 inches on the end of your garlic. What that actually does, it helps prevent oxygen getting inside to where your garlic cloves are, and that way they don't dry out as fast and they'll store much, much longer. Okay, just like Layden's Hollow tradition, I made my own garlic shovel. So I'm going to show you guys how to actually do that. I got to turn the camera down a little bit. So what I usually do, I use a bigger shovel because that way I can actually just kind of ply my garlic right out of the hole. I usually keep it away from my garlic 3 or 4 inches. Push it down, work it around a little bit, get the soil loosened up, and then I can just kind of work it out nice and slow. Now, these were my big cloves, the bigger cloves. Look at the size of that garlic. And this is not one of the bigger ones. I can see some really, really big ones in there. So this is from the bigger cloves. That's the experiment I was doing. So let's try a different one in here. Look at the size of this one. It's huge as well. So what we'll do now is we'll turn over to the other side of the garden. So yeah, this head of garlic, look how much smaller it is. But it's still like a decent sized garlic. And these cloves that I planted in here were really, really tiny. So that one's not bad. Let's try a couple of the smaller ones. Not bad at all, actually. They worked out pretty good, but they are most definitely so this is the bigger clove that I planted last year, and this is the smaller clove. They were fed and watered the same. When I watered the big ones, I watered the small ones. When I fed them the same. So yeah, it's definitely true. If you plant bigger cloves, you get bigger garlic. So I'm just going to go around now because I got to get these all pulled out and get that drying process started. I'll take you guys along for that as well. Yeah, we got all the garlic harvested. They actually worked out really well. There's a few small ones from the small cloves I put in there, probably about 30 or 40. But I'd say overall, they're all nice sized garlics. Turned out quite well. So yeah, now I gotta go hang them all. That's gonna take a bit of time. I'll show you guys how I hang them and where I hang them. Okay, so this is how I tie off my garlic. I'm not sure how well you guys can see that. Hopefully you can see it. I just kind of tie it off to try to keep the bulbs from touching each other. Just separate them a little. Now this is how I do this. You see that the bulbs are all kind of separated a bit. They're not like touching each other. And what I'm doing is that I hang all of these on my front deck of my house. I don't put them in the barn to hang them because there's no airflow and they don't dry out as well. But out here it's perfect because the air flows through here. They're in the shade. The rain can't hit them. And it works really well and they dry out fairly fast. So yeah, I just finished hanging all the garlic, over 300 heads of garlic hung. I've never grown this much before, but last year I should say, I planted quite a few extra. I just wanted to make sure that I had lots of garlic for the winter and lots of garlic for planting this year. Yeah, so it's probably going to be like this now for 2 or 3 weeks till they're dry. Hopefully we don't get too much rain. The rain can't hit them here, but it will just cause more moisture in the air, which will take longer. And I had to put them in bigger bundles than I like. I just have so many that I really didn't have much of a choice in the matter. But I think they'll do okay out here. Maybe consider subscribing. Hit that like button and smash that bell icon so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And thanks for watching.